Hey friends, welcome back to Suncherry Farm. I'm gonna have a garden tour, so let's see what all has grown. So earlier today, I actually came outside and pruned the tomato plants. I did a video on that. So I'm just gonna, and I will show you what I did. I cleared out the bottoms really good so that it could get good airflow. I pruned, I would say, at least 80% of the suckers. I have tomatoes growing. There's some very good clusters on all of these. Look at that one. I might have pruned it too much down at the bottom, but I think it looks good. So, also if you watched earlier, you got to see me pick a strawberry. So, I only have a few blooms left on my strawberries. We have picked all that have came off so far. So, I've got a lot of runners, as you can see. So yesterday I really didn't know until I went back and watched the video, but excuse me, I had the camera turned around towards me when I was trying to show y'all the runners in my strawberry planter. So I'm gonna show you those right now, and I will put that in the middle of the other video. I just got off work, and so excuse. But anyway, so I'm going to show you my strawberry. So I was saying that if you watched my video with me pruning my tomato plants that I posted yesterday, then you got to see me eat one of my strawberries. Oh, and look. Oh, well, the other side's not quite ready. So I got another one here. But yesterday I pulled the one off of, I don't know, it was there somewhere. So, I've got runners. There's a runner. There's a runner. But then I also have lots of runners down inside. There's one. Well, yeah, there's one. And it has been running all the way from the other side. So the plants are looking beautiful. There's only a few strawberries on here right now. It does look like I'm getting some more flowers that are putting out some more strawberries. So maybe it's just going to be a snack for when I come out. But that's okay, because I have lots of strawberry preserves from when I canned earlier. This here is my kale and spinach bed. A week ago exactly today, I had clipped off every single one of the kale to where they look like that one there, and they're already growing back out again. A friend and I made some kale chips, and it looks like the spinach is about to bolt. Let's see, I'll try one, see what it tastes like. Still tastes good. So I'll probably have a salad tomorrow. And then in this raised garden bed or container, I have red romaine, and then I have my Greek oregano, and then my basil. And as I had said, there's something getting on my basil. So if anyone has any pointers on what I can do for that, just put me a comment down below. This is a red leaf lettuce that actually I had in this container last year that had seeded over the side. And I pulled this one up because it grew in the ground over there, and it's seeding again. So I'm going to collect those seeds and replant it when it's time. In this raised garden bed container, I have, there is a green leaf lettuce that is seeding. So that's green leaf lettuce there, and this is a green romaine. I'm going to try to make this a quick garden tour because I just put a meatloaf in the oven, and my daughter is going to make some garlic buttery biscuits. So, got to get back inside and finish cooking. This is another tomato plant. I haven't pruned it yet. I prune it every so often as I'm walking down the steps, but I haven't gotten these suckers here lately, so I'll come back to that tomato plant later. Hey ladies, have you got me some eggs in there? I know I need to come collect. I'll be back with you in a little while. Okay, so here we have the spaghetti squash. It is growing. It's actually growing down the aisle. And the corn is now waist high in some areas. The tallest area, I would say it's a little bit higher than waist high. So, and the squash in the middle, there is a yellow squash on that one now. We'll see how it does. For the most part, I don't know if you had remembered me telling you, or if you seen my other video where I said the green beans didn't grow on this end, on either side, but when you get about halfway down, they start growing, and they are climbing up the cattle panel. So in there we have a zucchini, and it does have a couple of zucchinis on there right now. And if you can see, I had also told you that my mom said plant your corn and green beans together. The green beans will grow up the corn stalks. They're growing up the corn stalks. Well, I come and I try to take them off and run them up the cattle panel, if I don't break them. So let's get that one wrapped around. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the green beans over here are growing really good on this end and on the other side also. And there is another zucchini in there. There's actually one big one and a medium size and a small one. So they're growing fine, even though my friend told me, don't plant those in there, you're gonna shade them out. But it probably will shade them out. But you know what? I have more planted right there. So hey, this is another spaghetti squash that I need to make sure that my hose is over, my soaker hose is over far enough that it's gonna reach there. I had it pulled too far. So, and if you watch some of my other videos, you will know that I put in soaker hoses because I thought after everything started growing, these overhead hoses that or overhead sprinklers that you see right there, yeah, they're not gonna get it. And it looks like I left my water on. Okay, I'll have to turn it off. So if you look here, something is definitely getting my broccoli, which really hasn't grown. That was probably going to bolt anyway. It looks like the bok choy, both the purple and the green, have grown some. Here I have 5 of the California Wonders. They are growing. I think it was yesterday, the wetness that you see around them, I put, or it might have been this morning, I really don't remember, the day's been long, but I put some fish emulsion, like 2 tablespoons mixed per gallon. I put that on them, like I said, either yesterday or today. And then down on the other end, I have beets, but we'll get down to that in a few moments. And here I have the pole beans from Baker Creek. And if you see, that one has really grown way up there. So all of the rest of them are starting to climb. I got some on this side, and then I have some on this side. And look at the pretty red flowers. Is that not just lovely? And I don't know if you watched my other videos, but I told you I put in 4 kinds here. And I'll probably try to link those pictures of the seed packets again. But if you see that one there, that one's almost like a peach colored flower, and that's the red colored. And I think there's a white colored flower that's going to be in here also. And there's a purple potted bean that will be growing with those. And I had a friend tell me, don't do that, you're gonna cross-pollinate. It was too late. I already put them in. I'll know that next year. And this is my garlic bed. I think it is about ready. So I'm going to be harvesting that probably Friday. Maybe Friday morning. The squash on the other side is crooked neck, and these two are straight neck. And I got a sign out for my bunnies, no trespassing. And these are the beets. Maybe I'll get to harvest some of those. I think I planted them too late, or maybe the frost got them. This is my little herb wheelbarrow. I have rosemary, thyme, Greek oregano, and basil. Oh, those green beans look great. The little flowers on them. They'll be all the way across the top before long. Here are the potatoes and tomatoes that I put straw around. I have a video that I did that. Around the potatoes, or actually it could be the tomatoes also, it is a Ruth Stout method. She used straw around her potatoes and other vegetables. You see I got a tomato in there. That's a big beef. That was the first one I noticed the other day. And then there's some in there. You can see those. There we go. Got plenty of flowers. And this is my sweet potatoes, which have grown tremendously. And of course, here we have my asparagus. This is the first year that I planted those. On the left side is Jersey Giant. On the right side is Asparagus. The Jersey Giant came up first. I was afraid that the Asparagus was not going to come up, but it did come up. There's my cute little rain gauge that I bought a couple weeks ago. And the watermelon, well, all I can say is look how far it has stretched out. Planning on running it down the whole front of the beds. And then here are my onions. And I came out today and spooned around them a little bit. They are getting bigger. I have white onions, yellow onions, red onions, and a sweet onion planted in here. Over a couple hundred onions. And here is my project still waiting to happen. I have been busy and have not got that soil in that pot yet so that I can move these sweet potatoes out of my rain bed. So we'll see if that happens. My grandson came out yesterday morning and he was out here playing with his dinosaurs while I sat there in the shade watching him. And there was a lot of apples. Here they are. He gathered those apples up and I was like, oh no, the apples are falling off my tree. But you know what? It doesn't matter because this thing is loaded. That's probably why they fell off. This thing is loaded. Looks like there's some apple butter in my future. Yum. And the grapes, let's see how the grapes are doing. They're still doing about the same, although I'm seeing more. I am seeing more. They are doing awesome. And you know what I have been leaving out of my video? I'll tell you in just a minute. Just hang tight. This is my peach tree that I transplanted over here. So it was very little and I moved it over here. And I have only seen, well, at the beginning, I actually seen several peaches on it. But you know what? There's only one now, and maybe I can get around here to it. You see that there? Hopefully you can see it. I see like 3 more. There's one. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong with this picture. So I have a bunch of new canes coming up from my blackberries. There's a bunch of new ones. And they even have more pretty pink flowers on them. But, oh, and there's some turning red. They'll be black before you know it. These are thornless blackberries. I think they're Navajo. Don't hold me to it. There's actually 3 different kinds in here, but anyway, if you notice, there's something happening because look at all that. So not really sure what has gotten hold of my blackberries this year, but there's some new canes. Maybe this just isn't the year of the blackberries unless it's that booger right there. Is it your fault? So not. I just flicked you off. There's my tomato skin. So I promised you something. I'm sure that I put this in one of my videos, but I haven't been including it in my garden tours. So I have got to take you around here and show you something. You're gonna like it. Okay, so this is the front yard. And I have 3 blueberry bushes around here. And they are loaded. I mean loaded. I think this is the year of the blueberries. Because I have been watching some other YouTube channels and the ones that I have seen that have shown their blueberries, they're loaded. They're just loaded. Look at that. It's like clusters all over, and that's just one. Now I've had these blueberry, this one and the one over here by this other owl. I have had them 2 bushes probably about 4 years now. I think 4 years. So anyway, both of them are loaded, but I went with a friend of mine this year because someone that she works for or works with was giving away their raised beds. So we went with my utility trailer to pick them up. Well, guess what I got out of the deal? I got a blueberry bush. Now, grant you, it did not look that good, but I'm getting some new foliage there. If you look here, when I first got it, it was more this yellow color. And then I made sure that I put the acidifier around the base of the plant, or around the base of the bush, and I think this is going to make a very good bush in the future. But it still has blueberries on it this year, so hey. And I put this here to make sure that the frogs keep the birds away from that bush. Hopefully it'll work. I appreciate you joining me for my garden tour. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please press the thumbs up and also subscribe and share it with your friends on social media, on through, I don't know, just a link in the text so that maybe they can start watching and they can learn something or get some inspiration, or even leave me a comment of something that will help me be a better gardener. May your garden be blessed, and may you have a bountiful harvest.